Hi Leos, welcome to 8 of Cups Tarot and welcome to your cards for July. So there's a little bit of a backstory with your reading. I actually videotaped it yesterday and decided not to post it. I wanted to sleep on it. So this morning I came to the conclusion that there was pieces that must have been missing. Wasn't getting the entire story. So as the day went on, I was getting more and more messages for you guys. And the one thing that I kept hearing repeated over and over was defining moments. So I decided to pull your cards, and believe it or not, many of the same cards came out again. So this message is important. There's something going on behind the scenes. There's something going on within you. There's a call to face a fear and express yourself. Defining moments. It appears you are guarded in some way, Leo. Your wall is up. There's a certain boundary that you're not willing to break at this time. But your guard is the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is an energy of unconditional love. It can come in many forms. This could be a friendship. This could be a child. It could be a sibling. The Six of Cups is coming up a lot for me in some of these readings, I believe, because we're making choices right now as this eclipse is finishing up in Cancer and Capricorn, your 6th and 12th house. As they're finishing up, they're bringing matters to culmination in regards to our vulnerability, our ability to end toxic cycles, toxic relationships in our lives, and to start to align with the more fulfilling options, to open ourselves to new beginnings. And for all intents and purposes, I have to say, I believe yours is already with you. 12th house transits can bring really powerful past life karmic relationships to you. Relationships that feel somewhat fated. Now, I always caution myself when I talk about this because I don't buy into the whole twin flame scenario. I think it builds a lot of... I think a lot of people can get stuck in a fantasy of a twin flame relationship, and it's an excuse to stay in a codependent situation. However, there's many lessons there to be learned as well, and I'm not one to judge. We all experience things differently. But in this particular layout, I'm getting a lot of indication of soulmate relationship. And again, soulmates can also be our children, people that are very close to us, our parents, a very close friend. It doesn't have to be a romantic partner. But for some reason, although this is standing right in front of you, something that you can grasp and hold on to, something that feels very precious, that you're very tied to, almost like an energetic bond that you have. So what is your reason for blocking it? What is the fear that you need to overcome? Because I believe now is a moment, the defining moments in July lead you to this, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is when we, proclaim our love for somebody. So maybe this is a new relationship, somebody new coming into your life, and you're at that pivotal moment where you have to decide, is this somebody that I want to build a life with, that I want to explore the relationship with further? Is this somebody who could possibly be a pivotal, a substantial person in my life? The Knight of Cups is somebody who wants to make an offer. This could symbolize a proposal of some sort, a proposal to take a relationship to the next level. Again, I get that feeling like expressing yourself, having to tell somebody how you truly feel. And that Seven of Wands indicates that right now you're not willing to take on the vulnerability. Now the defining moments get clearer as we move to the center of the reading. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. If you notice in the first line, you had the Seven of Wands, blocking your own passion, blocking your heart. And now we come across the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is where we always reevaluate. You're reevaluating your stance on that Four of Wands. This is a card of marriage, of the coming together, creating a family, moving in together. This could represent somebody moving in with you. But the Wheel of Fortune is a definite promise that there will be a change, that things have to grow. They move in cycles, right? Things grow, they culminate. So the Wheel of Fortune is always indicative of something that we've manifested, that we've reached a level of material success. The Wheel of Fortune is fated events. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Seven of Pentacles, meaning that you're reevaluating the situation now. And I think what you're reevaluating is the choice between the fear and the love. The Wheel of Fortune coming out under the Seven of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that this has to change, that there has to be some sort of an energetic shift, that you can no longer keep this substantial relationship in your life without allowing it to grow, to deepen to the next level. The Six of Cups. Appearing right above the Four of Wands is definitely an energy of wanting to solidify a relationship. Now, the Six of Cups can also represent children. So maybe you're in a relationship with somebody, and if children are involved, it may be a reason why you are hesitating taking this to the next level. Maybe you're in a situation where the merging of two families seems to be overwhelming and too complicated, and you feel like you can't, maybe cross a barrier there. There's obstacles in the coming together. In other words, it does not feel like an easy journey. Page of Cups is also indicative of a child, but it also talks to me, especially coming out directly under the Seven of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. The Page of Cups is extending an emotional offer, sharing your feelings with somebody. Now this line, Page of Cups, King of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. I can feel the intensity, Leo, especially with the Four of Pentacles here. There's a need to hold on to your sense of normal. There's a need to keep things the same. There's a sense of control. Now I have to tell you that we're coming upon a pretty heavy transit. This is coming across in your 6th house. Jupiter and Pluto are going to meet up again at the very beginning of July. In between these eclipses, it gets pretty intense. Pluto could always talk about fears and control. And what happens when we're afraid, we try to micromanage and control situations. It's a trauma-based coping mechanism. When things feel unstable, or when we have to face a fear, when fear is the obstacle, we tend to really resist that change. Now, Leos, you're a fixed sign, and change does not come easy for you. But also know that that Leo energy, King of Wands, that your desire, because I feel a lot of desire for this situation, can overcome all of these fears. If you could get yourself in a heart space and have faith in yourself. Now, whatever it is that you're overcoming, you know, it might involve, you know, maybe you've spent most of your life single and independent, and inviting somebody into your life, inviting somebody into your home, starting to share assets. All these things can really throw you off. The idea of it might be causing a lot of inner anxiety, causing you to keep that wall up. You know, if you keep a little bit of emotional distance between you and this other person, maybe everything can just stay the way it is right now and nobody needs to address the situation, right? I mean, it just isn't going to work that way, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. There needs to be a change. There needs to be expansion. The universe is pushing you to, you know, level up a little bit. And it involves facing this fear, which you totally can do. You have everything that you need. If there is a lack of confidence, what I can tell you is you need to tune into your faith right now and your intuition, because it will serve you. Again, we're in a 12th house transit, and that 12th house is a double-edged sword. A 12th house can be somewhere where you self-sabotage, you lie to yourself, you slip into old habits, you know, which can involve anything from isolation, addictions, self-sabotaging behavior. It could even be in our thought processes. It could be in slipping into really negative thought patterns where you begin to talk yourself out of this beautiful experience you're having. You tell yourself that the fear is too hard, that things are too hard, it's impossible, it'll never work out, when you never actually give it a shot out of fear. Now, the reason I'm being so adamant at this time that, you know, this fear is an illusion is because the overall energy is the 5 of Cups. If you don't express your feelings, if you don't face these fears, if you don't find the confidence to say the things that you need to say to grow this relationship into a better place for all of you, you could feel a lot of regret afterwards, a lot of loss and regret, guilt, shame. There's a lot going on here. And maybe this is indicative of some of the things that are causing you to keep these walls up. Maybe there's a feeling of unworthiness, a feeling of not deserving something. Maybe there is an addiction issue that you're not facing, that is the boundary between you and this other person. Neptune, the way that is right now, especially stationing, I have to say, addiction issues will really come to a climax right now. If you are somebody who struggles with any kind of addictions, anything from shopping, drinking, drugs and alcohol, sex, just self-sabotaging behavior. Maybe you have a habit of getting into relationships where you start to feel really connected with somebody else, and then you ruin it by cheating or going out and trying, it's like ways where you subconsciously kind of screw yourself. And then you get stuck in a cycle of, why don't things ever work out? Why can't I find, my partner, my person? It's because you're not facing your own fears. It's because you're not doing, the work that you need to do. And right now the universe is backing you up. They're giving you an opportunity, and it's not just a small opportunity. The 2 cards that I pulled for you for your astrology cards. The part of fortune and the 12th house. The part of fortune is literally the wheel of fortune. There are opportunities that could really take your life to the next level, even if it is through partnerships. This is fated partnerships that are supposed to come together for a much greater purpose, for a greater good. Again, why I'm giving so much emphasis on that soulmate kind of energy. If you are in a relationship with someone and you feel that kind of energetic pull, luck is on your side. The divine is on your side. They're lining this up. They're aligning you. They're aligning the opportunities. It's there for you to grab. 12th house, again, as I talked about, is where you kind of screw yourself, where you lose belief in yourself. The situation can become distorted. We're in a retrograde Mercury. There could be misunderstandings. Lack of communication can lead to emotional distancing, could trigger coping mechanisms at 12th house, feelings of isolation. You are at a crossroads, Leo. Tarantula energy. You're at a crossroads. The wolf energy that you pulled is that of, it's a pack animal. It's a family. There are opportunities to expand your family. Now, this could be literally getting married, having kids, inviting, extended families in, increase in your family, inviting people to your home. But the wolf also talks about those control issues, that 4 of Pentacles, needing everything to stay the same. You start to get nitpicky and judgmental. There could be irritations and rubs coming up in the relationship because, honestly, you're not expressing your true emotions. You feel pent up, and a lot of this is illusions in your mind. The universe just wants you to get into your emotions. I don't typically do this, but this card just seems so powerful to me for you. So I do want to actually read the page, and hopefully it's okay. I'm sorry about my voice, guys. I'm still recovering from this sinus virus thing. It's not COVID, but man, is it brutal. I don't know. My allergies have been really awful. I know you wanted to know all about my health, Leos. Oh, and this is one of the reasons why I don't typically read these. Tarantula. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose, or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream, yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers, patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. That's a lot of repeated messages within this reading, but it does also suggest 12th house. You have just as much of an opportunity to step in if you listen to your intuition, your inner voice. Even if you have to retreat for a minute, go within, do that self-isolation thing, and really figure out what you want in your heart and what's holding you back. Your intuition will tell you everything you need to know. King of Wands, you have everything it takes to make this happen. It's just overcoming that fear. And the universe does not want to see you in this energy. This is not where it's supposed to wind up. And I have a feeling it's more than just you that would feel this way if you didn't step up to this opportunity. I think because of the power of the connection and the power of the cards that are coming out, it would actually be detrimental to a lot more people than you think, because there's an energy of the coming together of this couple in order to create abundance, in order to guide others. There's something very light worker about it. There's something where you're supposed to come together, and that's that dharma. You know, maybe by joining forces with this other person, and maybe this is a creative work project or, you know, a contract that you're entering into. But it's one that's very important, and it's meant to help a lot of people. It will benefit many, many people, not just yourself and this partner. There is a greater purpose for why this has all been aligned to you. Bottom of the deck is the King of Pentacles, followed by the Two of Pentacles. There's that decision on what you want to base your foundations on. Do you want to base your foundations on fear, or do you want to base your foundations on love? When you look back at your life, it's more about being brave enough to take the risks. You know, you cannot fail if you don't try. It's time to get vulnerable, to open up to this opportunity and let love in. There's an opening of your heart chakra here. Your oracle card. My faith has the power to turn trauma into healing, conflict into growth, and fear into love. Love wins. It's not an easy road. It may not be an easy decision. There might be a lot of yourself you have to face in order to really culminate this, in order to bring it to a 3D reality. But there's so much promise here that it'll be worth it, that it means a lot, that it's really important for you to step up and do this work, face those fears. All right, Leo. I hope July is a wonderful month. I hope that you do allow this energy in your life. I hope you know that you do deserve it. The universe is handing it to you for a very important reason. Don't waste it. Take care. Have a wonderful month. Bye.